So daytime versus golden hour. What is the big deal about lighting, and how does the time of day affect the look of your video? So you'll probably hear most creatives talk about golden hour, you know, shooting at golden hour, getting those sick tones, that warm glow. But to the general population, we probably sound like a bunch of freaking weirdos speaking a whole bunch of gibberish. But there is a very, very, very good reason why golden hour is way more pleasing to your eyes. But there are three main reasons why you'd shoot at golden hour over daytime, and those are the angle of the light, the intensity of the light, and the color of the light. So let's start with the angle of the light. So as you can see, during golden hour, the angle of the light is very low, which means that we get a lot of shaping on our face or on our subject. And because of this low angle, we have a lot more control over how we want the light to look. So for instance, we can shoot almost directly at the sun and we get this nice kind of soft look and not many shadows and whatnot. But alternatively, if we move around to the side, like here, we start getting some shadows on this side of the face. And again, we start getting some depth and some shape into our subject. But because the light is so low, we can choose whether to shoot like this, or you can shoot backlit like this. Now let's compare this to how the light is during the daytime. So as you can see, the lighting during the day is ridiculously unflattering on our face. Shooting during midday is literally the worst time to be shooting because the sun is so high. We get all these dark shadows on our face and we get these dark bags under our eyes, which we call panda eyes. If you do need to shoot during the day, then choose to shoot under a tree or in the shade. This will help you out so much by cutting out that super top-down lighting that makes everything just look terrible. And because of the intensity of the sun during the day, it makes it nearly impossible to not squint because there's just so much light flooding our eyes. And this takes us to the second point, which is the light intensity. The intensity of the light during the day is just freaking hectic, and that is why I recommend shooting in the shade or under a tree if you're shooting during the day. Whereas now you can see just how much more pleasing this light is on my face. At the start of golden hour, the light may be a little bit harsh, but as the sun gets lower and lower in the sky, the light just gets softer and softer, and then you get this beautiful look like you're seeing right now. And the final aspect of golden hour is obviously the color, and this is the main reason why I love shooting at golden hour so much. Now, ironically, the sun has literally just gone behind the clouds, but typically during golden hour, you get a nice golden glow off the sun, hence the name golden hour. And pairing this with a nice blue sky, you get an amazing color contrast that is super appealing to the eyes. Now don't get me wrong, there is technically nothing wrong with shooting during the daytime, but once you combine the angle of the light with the intensity and the color of the light at golden hour, it just makes for one hell of a shot. Plus the fact that you get dope lens flares like this one, and everyone's a fan of lens flares. And honestly, I reckon that is one of the main reasons why the teal orange look is so big in Hollywood. During golden hour, we get those nice warm glows and we get that teal or the blue color coming out in the sky. And let's be honest, there is literally no one in the world that is like, you know what? That sunset shit. So guys, I hope this has helped you understand the difference between a daytime light and golden hour light, so you can go out and make the most visually appealing content ever. And remember guys, stay creative and just be you. Alright, this is golden hour. Oh my god, the lens is so dirty. How does the sun directly into the light and get quite a nice golden hour, the light, and it just sits